At a railway station in a city, there lived a beggar. He survived by begging from passengers traveling in the trains that stopped there. One day, while begging, he noticed a tall, well-dressed man. The beggar thought, "This man looks very rich. If I ask him for alms, he will surely give me a good amount." He approached the man and started begging. The tall man looked at him and said, "You always ask from others, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I always ask because I have nothing to give. How can I give anything to anyone?" The tall man said, "If you can't give, then you have no right to ask. I am a businessman, and I believe in give and take. If you have something to give me, only then will I give you something in return." Saying this, the man boarded the train and left. The beggar sat there, pondering over the man's words. Those words struck a chord in his heart. He thought, maybe I don't get much money because I never give anything in return. But I'm just a beggar, what can I possibly give to others? After much thought, he decided, from now on, whoever gives me alms, I will give them something in return. But a question troubled him. What can I, a beggar, give in return? For 2 days, he couldn't find an answer. On the third day, as he sat near the station, he noticed some flowers blooming on the plants nearby. An idea struck him. Why don't I give flowers to people in return for their alms? He liked the idea and picked a few flowers. When he begged on the train that day, he gave flowers to everyone who gave him money. People appreciated this gesture and kept the flowers with them happily. From then on, the beggar began plucking flowers every morning and giving them to people who gave him alms. He noticed that more people started giving him money. However, when he ran out of flowers, fewer people gave him alms. One day, while begging on the train, he saw the same tall man who had inspired him. The beggar immediately approached him and said, "Today, I have something to give you. Please give me alms, and in return, I will give you some flowers." The man smiled, gave him some money, and accepted the flowers. He said, "Wonderful. You've become a businessman like me." The man took the flowers and left. Once again, his words resonated with the beggar. The beggar realized that the key to changing his life was now in his hands. He stepped off the train, looked up at the sky, and shouted, "I am not a beggar anymore. I am a businessman. I can become rich." People around him thought he had gone mad, but the beggar was determined. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 well-dressed men were traveling. One of them recognized the other and extended his hand for a handshake. "Do you recognize me?" the first man asked. "No, I don't think we've met before," replied the second man. The first man smiled and said, "We've met before not once, but twice. Don't you remember the beggar you once spoke to?" Surprised. The second man said, "Oh yes, you're the beggar I once refused to give money to. The second time, I bought flowers from you. But today, you're dressed so well. What are you doing now?" The first man replied, "Yes, I was that beggar. But today, I am a successful flower merchant. I'm on my way to another city for business," continued. "You taught me an important rule of life. We only receive when we give. This rule has changed my life. I realized that I was onto Beggar, was always a businessman, but didn't see myself that way. People didn't give me alms. They were paying for the flowers I gave them. I used the money I earned to buy more flowers and became a merchant. Today, I run a large flower business, thanks to the rule you taught me." Both men smiled and continued their journey. This story teaches us a profound lesson about the power of self-perception and the universal law of giving and receiving. Often we limit ourselves by believing we are incapable or unworthy of success, just like the poor beggar initially thought of himself as just a beggar. However, true transformation begins with a change in mindset. When we shift our focus from merely taking to also giving, whether through kindness, effort, or value, we open doors to opportunities and growth. The rule of give and take is not just a business principle, it is a life philosophy that fosters mutual benefit and prosperity. Moreover, success is deeply tied to how we view ourselves. If we see ourselves as small or insignificant, others will too. But when we believe in our potential and take steps to act on it, the world responds in kind. His journey from a beggar to a successful businessman reminds us that no dream is too big and no situation is too hopeless. If we dare to think differently, act boldly, believe in our ability to rise above our circumstances, we can achieve greatness. In a small village, a poor tailor named Henry worked tirelessly to support his family. He had 2 sons. Zodam, the elder, was quiet and timid, while Jacob, the younger, was bold and outgoing. People often mocked Adam for being shy, calling him foolish. Some even took advantage of his innocence, yet he never complained. Henry, frustrated with Adam's reserved nature, often scolded him harshly. This only made Adam feel even more worthless. As he grew older, his lack of confidence affected his studies. During exams, fear paralyzed him, making him forget everything he had learned. When he became a young man, Henry asked him to help in the tailoring shop. Afraid of failing, Adam agreed, but kept making small mistakes. This angered his father even more. One day while Henry was away, 2 cunning men came to the shop. They lied, saying, "Your father sent us to collect all the cloth for the market." Adam hesitated, but didn't dare question them. Before he could react, they took everything and disappeared. When Henry returned and found the shop empty, he was furious. "You fool! You let them steal everything. I have nothing left. Get out of my sight," he yelled. Heartbroken, Adam wandered to the riverbank, drowning in shame. Thought, "There's no point in living anymore. I will always be a failure." Just as he was about to jump into the river, a young monk passing by pulled him back. "Why did you save me?" Adam cried. "I'm useless. Can't do anything right." The monk smiled gently. "Life is given only once," he said. "If you are alive, you can change your fate." Adam sobbed. "My father hates me. I have no skills. I am a fool. Do I even deserve to live?" The monk replied, "Come with me. My teacher will give you the answer." At first Adam refused, but after much persuasion, he followed the monk. They arrived at a peaceful monastery, where an old saint meditated under a large tree. As soon as Adam saw him, he broke into tears. The saint asked, "Why are you crying, my child?" Adam poured out his sorrow. The saint listened patiently and said, "I have a solution, but you must follow my instructions for 3 days." Desperate for hope, Adam agreed. On the first day, the saint said, "Go and talk to 10 strangers. Ask about their lives and write down their answers." Adam hesitated but obeyed. Some ignored him, others were rude, but he kept trying. By evening, he had spoken to 10 people and even made new friends. Proud of himself, he returned to the saint. On the second day, the saint said, "Teach 10 children about the importance of water." Adam panicked. "But I have no education. How can I teach?" he protested. The saint smiled. "The children do not know that. Just share what you already know." Nervously, Adam stood before the children. His hands trembled, but he began speaking. He explained 5 uses of water, then quickly ran away. When he returned, he admitted, "I was scared, but I did it." The saint nodded. "Try again." The second time, Adam spoke with more confidence. By the end of the lesson, his fear was gone. The saint praised him. "See? You are braver than you think." On the third day, the saint gave the hardest task. "Visit your father and ask for forgiveness." Adam froze. "No, you'll never forgive me," the saint replied. "If you refuse, I will not give you the final lesson." Gathering courage, Adam returned home. With a humble heart, he apologized to his father. "I will prove myself," he promised. Seeing the change in his son, Henry forgave him and gave him another chance in the shop. Adam returned to the saint and asked, "What is the secret to success?" The saint smiled. "You have already discovered it. Your biggest enemy was not your shyness, it was your fear. The world sees you as you present yourself. Even if you feel weak, act confident, and no one will doubt you." True strength comes from believing in yourself. Tears filled Adam's eyes. "I understand now. I will not let fear control me anymore." Years later, Adam became a respected businessman, known for his wisdom and confidence. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we build. Even the shyest person can become strong if they believe in themselves. Fear and self-doubt hold us back, but courage and persistence change everything. Adam once thought he was a failure, but by facing his fears, he transformed his life. The world sees us the way we choose to present ourselves. Believe in yourself, take small steps, and you will discover a strength you never knew you had. Emma sat in her classroom, listening carefully as Mrs. Roberts, their math teacher, made an important announcement. "Your final exam is next Friday," she said, looking around the room. "Make sure you study well. This test will decide your grades." The students groaned, but Emma felt determined. She always believed in working hard and doing her best. Beside her, her best friend Lily looked nervous. "I hate math," Lily whispered. "No matter how much I study, I always mess up." Emma smiled. "We still have time. Let's study together. We'll figure it out." Lily sighed, nodding. Wanted to do well, but deep down, she wasn't sure if studying would be enough. Days passed, and Emma and Lily spent hours preparing for the exam. They solved problems, made notes, and quizzed each other. But while Emma improved, Lily still struggled. One evening, as Lily flipped through her textbook, she felt frustrated. "No matter what I do, I keep getting the answers wrong," she muttered. Just then her phone buzzed. It was a message from Sophia, another classmate. Asterisk. "Hey Lily, guess what? I found a copy of the exam answers. Want to see?" Asterisk. Lily's eyes widened. A way to pass the test without stress? It seemed too good to be true. Asterisk. "Send it to me." She texted back, her hands trembling. The moment of decision. The next morning, Lily sat beside Emma at school, her heart pounding. Should she tell Emma about the answer sheet? Finally, she whispered, "Emma, I have something to show you." She pulled out her phone and opened the message from Sophia. "It's the answer key for the exam." Emma's eyes widened in shock. "What? How did you get this?" "Sophia sent it to me. If we use it, we can get perfect scores." Lily grinned, expecting Emma to be excited, but Emma's face turned serious. "Lily, this is cheating. We can't do this." "Come on," Lily insisted. "It's just one test. No one will know." Emma shook her head. "But we will know. I want to earn my grades honestly. What if we get caught?" Lily frowned. "You always do things the hard way." "It's not the hard way," Emma said firmly. "It's the right way." Lily sighed, stuffing her phone back into her bag. "Fine, suit yourself, but I'm using it." The day of the exam arrived. Emma felt nervous but confident she had prepared well. Lily, on the other hand, had memorized the answers from the cheat sheet. As the students took their seats, Mrs. Roberts handed out the papers. "No talking, and keep your eyes on your own work," she warned. Emma focused, solving each problem carefully. But Lily quickly wrote down the answers she had memorized, feeling relieved that she wouldn't have to struggle. Halfway through the exam, the room was silent, till a loud voice broke through. Asterisk, asterisk, Lily. What's in your hand? Everyone turned to see Mrs. Roberts asterisk, asterisk standing next to Lily's desk. Holding a small slip of paper, the cheat sheet had fallen out of her pocket. Lily's face went pale. It's nothing." Mrs. Roberts sighed. "Come with me." Lily stood, her legs shaking. The entire class watched as she left the room. Later that day, Emma found Lily sitting alone in the hallway, staring at the floor. Emma sat beside her. "What happened?" Lily sighed. "I failed. Mrs. Roberts reported me, and now I have to retake the class. My parents are so disappointed." Emma placed a hand on her friend's shoulder. "I'm sorry, Lily, but maybe this is a lesson." Lily nodded. "Yeah, I should have listened to you." She gave a small, sad smile. "Honesty really is the best policy, huh?" Emma smiled back. "It always is." As the school bell rang, the two friends stood up and walked down the hallway together. One had learned a hard lesson, but she knew it would stay with her forever. Shortcuts may seem easy, but honesty leads to true success.